Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello and welcome back to Flippin It with Sam and Sav, but today it's just Flippin It with Sav. And if you're watching, you might notice I have a very strong, big, tall human next to me. And this is my friend and fellow Husker athlete, Henry. Henry is going to introduce himself. He's going to tell you his year, major, sport, all the fun stuff.
How's it going? I'm Henry. I'm a senior communications major on the track and field team. I'm a thrower, so I throw hammer and discus.
Where are you from?
Yeah, from Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
I'd be looking there.
You can look wherever you want to look.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is Henry. I've known Henry since my freshman year because that's when you transferred from Penn State, right?
Yep.
And we're best friends, aren't we?
Besties.
Anyway, but yeah, welcome back. It's just me today. Sam is in the kitchen doing his thing. He will be back next week, but I'm excited to have Henry on today because I feel like we share a lot of the same beliefs and morals and stuff, specifically with sport. And I'm excited to dive into that. But first, let's talk about the recent sports. It's March Madness right now. Our guys played A&M and lost barely. It was a really exciting game to watch, and I'm proud of them for the fight. So congrats to them on their season. And then did you watch the women's game today?
No, but they beat A&M, so that was huge.
They beat A&M, and then they played. Who did they play today?
Oregon State.
And they lost that one, right?
Yeah, I lost by like 10 or something.
10. Not bad. Wow. That's awesome. I feel like any seed in the NCAA tournament's huge. So congrats to basketball. Track season is over. Just finished a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, and we're about to start outdoors this week.
Okay. How do we feel about outdoors?
I'm excited. I mean, it's a weird transition.
Yeah.
You basically compete from January to June.
Yeah.
And I still have about 2 weeks before I start my season, but the team will be going to Florida this weekend. So.
Wow, Florida. What school?
University of Florida.
Oh, okay.
So they have a big relay meet. So
nice. That's so exciting. So do you like outdoors better? Or
yes. Technically, I'm better at indoors as of right now from like a statistic standpoint, but I enjoy outdoors a lot better.
This might be a stupid question. The wind is the only thing I can think of, but what is like a factor outside of that for outdoors?
So my implement, the thing that I throw actually changes. It goes from a 35-pound ball on a wire that's about, the whole thing's about a foot long.
Okay.
And outdoors I throw the hammer, which is a 16-pound ball on a about 3-foot wire.
Okay.
So it goes a lot farther and it's a little bit lighter.
Huh.
But, yeah.
So do you lift heavier for indoors then? Or do you kind of like maintain?
You kind of the fall is definitely the heaviest, like most intense lifting sessions. And then it's just trying to maintenance through winter and spring.
That's so exciting. Do you know when the track outside is going to be like suitable for like people to watch?
Yeah, so we just finished like the throws area and the actual track itself, but we don't have stands yet, so we can't host any meets.
Yeah.
Apparently by I think 26 it's supposed to be ready, but with the whole new AD situation and everything else, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't think it'll be done by the time I'm still here.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. That's okay. At least you get to go cool places, right?
Yeah.
That's exciting. Well, yeah, that's awesome. I feel like I have never actually, my sister did track for a little bit when she was younger, and that's the only time I've been to an outdoor meet because we've never like had one anywhere nearby. I've only seen indoors, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
But where are some of the places you guys are going for that outdoor season?
So we open up as a team at Florida Relays this upcoming weekend, and then next weekend we go to the University of Arizona. That'll be where I start my season. And then I think we go to Baylor after that. And then Drake Relays is a huge meet at Drake. And then we have Big Tens at University of Michigan, and then we have regionals in Arkansas and nationals in Oregon.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Is outdoors more competitive for throwers specifically?
We'll see. Like every year, it seems to be getting
different.
better. So
Okay.
like this year, a lot of the events indoors were the most competitive they've ever been in NCAA history. So
That's awesome.
it's
I
pretty
feel like
nuts.
and I feel like females are getting more recognition for throwing recently.
Yeah.
Specifically at our school. Like I've seen a bunch of stuff about Axelina, and I think that's so huge because I personally, when I first got here and like heard of throwing, I would think like men.
Yeah.
But I don't know, she's killing it, and I feel like our whole track and field team is just getting better and better and doing so well.
Yeah. We have 2 girls that are very likely going to represent their countries in the Olympics this
That's so
summer.
cool.
So that's a whole different level of
Yeah.
athlete. You know
Yeah.
that in gymnastics.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy. Wow. Okay, this is gonna make you uncomfortable. I just wanted you to talk a little bit about, for people that don't know, like some of the things you accomplished this past indoor season. I saw it on Instagram all the time, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I know him." But the records you broke, I was just bragging about you out there. I want you just to explain a little bit about that process and what it felt like to accomplish those, and then break your own record, like 1 or 2 times, right? Or 3 times. Did you just hold up before? Just held up before under the table. He's so
That's
embarrassed.
bad to
Okay.
say.
No. It's not bad. I'm asking you. It's not like you're just like,
Yeah.
I did this. Okay. But yeah, tell us about the process and then what it felt like.
Yeah. So I guess, well, last season I had a red shirt because I had an injury in the fall that
Yeah.
I missed both seasons and had a big old surgery and
Mhm.
basically had to build back from zero.
Yeah, I remember.
And so like going into the season, I was just happy to be competing again.
Mhm.
And I actually started the season with a bit of a shoulder injury, and we kind of try to maintain it and improve it each week.
Yeah.
So each week I was able to do a little bit better, and I was just fortunate to break the school record on our first meet. And then as my shoulder got better, I was able to kind of just keep breaking it. So
Yeah.
it's also, I mean, all glory to God. Like
I knew you were
still
gonna say
don't.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too much of my own doing
Yeah.
because I've been doing this a long time and I've
Yeah.
never had that type of
Exactly.
result before.
And we're
So,
gonna get into that for sure. But like
sure.
what I feel like I feel like you're one of those people, and I think it is because you're so humble. And there's like a couple girls on my team that are like this, but you're one of those people that you like. Don't take this the wrong way. It's a compliment actually, but you just like do your sport. You're amazing at your sport, but you like don't like act or know know that you're good. Which is
Some people
good. I'm saying
disagree
you're
with you
humble.
on that.
Really? I don't know. I
I
I'm
appreciate
just saying
it. No,
you're very humble. Like seriously,
thank you.
even the 4 just now
Well,
under
that's
the
the thing
table.
is kind of like relative to my uh, environment. I mean,
Mhm.
I was coming back from indoor nationals the other week, and I was like very happy and proud and grateful of that experience.
Yeah.
And Angelina, my teammate, was coming back from Worlds,
Yeah.
so it's like she was competing against legitimate pro athletes, and I was just competing against NCAA guys. So it's like there's a
Just
whole different.
right, but
I mean,
still
I'm not
very impressive.
downplaying
Yeah.
anyone that makes it to the NCAA level. Like,
Yeah.
great job, but
Insane.
being around Olympians kind of humbles you really
Yeah.
quickly. So
That makes sense.
yeah.
What would you say your biggest like motivators? I just said motors. Motivators are like day in, day out. Like I'm talking about like the day-to-day practice. Like, is it your teammates? Is it your coaches? Like, what is it? What gets you fired up and like want to be hungry for more? I feel like an interview right now. This is so fun.
It gets monotonous for sure. I don't know. I'm around just really high functioning athletes all the time.
Yeah.
So that standard is like you either
Yeah.
you perform with them or you're not going to last very
Yeah.
long.
Exactly.
And being around that is normally enough. And then kind of knowing in the back of your head that there's other kids in the country doing what you're doing. And
Mhm.
I guess thinking about what other kids are doing kind of keeps me on track,
Exactly.
keeps me not getting too lazy or comfortable.
Yeah. My coaches always told us that. They were always like, especially in club, like if you're tired right now, there's another girl who's also tired and like running and sprinting and like
Yeah.
doing all this extra training right now who wants your goal just as bad as you. So you have to be willing to put in the work to keep up. So that's what that reminded me of.
100%. Yeah.
100%. But yeah, okay. So you have one more year, maybe?
Yeah, maybe 2
Maybe
because of
2.
COVID.
Okay. But definitely you're going to take one more.
Yeah, I'll have another
Okay.
indoor and outdoor season.
What are the goals for this next year?
Stay healthy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
been the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
Kind of like this year's the Olympic year, so Olympic trials is like the biggest goal possibly.
When is that?
That's going to be in June, straight after nationals.
Okay.
So making it there would be massive, and then next year would just be kind of a reset. Take care of like conference national levels in the college, but 4 more years to train.
Yeah.
But yeah, haven't thought too much into that yet.
Because your sport's one that, to an extent, you can still somewhat participate in after college.
Yeah.
Like at the professional level and stuff like that. My sport's very different. So I feel like when I'm thinking about what the next year looks like, I'm like, I have to figure it out quick because it's all going to end and I need to figure out what's after that. For you, I feel like it's cool that you're going to start building your life obviously after college, like with your career.
Because what is like the
whatever.
average Olympian age in gymnastics?
I don't know what the average age is, but like Simone is 27, maybe 28 now, and that's old for a.
When was
an
she
Olympian.
like popping off back in 2016?
Still, but yeah,
Well, she still
when
is,
she
yeah.
was even like 16 years old.
That's nuts.
And so, yeah, like that's kind of unheard of. But yeah, if you're gonna go like pro for gymnastics, it's like more like the Olympic path is what that
Yeah.
would be, and it's usually prior to college. So, yeah, it
It's
is
almost
one
the
of those-
opposite of
Really?
practice.
Yeah. So you like go through NCAA or whatever college level, and then you kind of train pro.
Well, it's kind of like the same with football, where it's like the NFL guys are way better. Like there's just a physical maturity. Like the best throwers in the world the prime is like 25 to 28 years old.
Wow.
So like college guys are just not strong enough to compete with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so many years of technique. So like most of the guys this year at the Olympic trials that will actually make the team are almost 30, and they were studs in college. Now they're just older studs. So it's way harder to beat them. But
that's really cool. Do you have anyone that you like look up to at that level, or like a mentor or something?
I don't know any of them personally. One of my teammates trains with. His name's Daniel Ha. He's the American record holder, or he was for a brief time. Right now, the top 3 guys are kind of trading places on who holds the record. But he's just a similar athlete to me, I think. So I watch a lot of his stuff and try to mimic that. But
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. How about you?
My who I'm inspired by? Is that
Well,
what
that's
you're
a
asking me?
whole different question.
What's
But in your sport.
in my sport? I don't know. I feel like I've always looked at that less in like the talent wise. Like I really look up to my best friend Caitlin because of just her like perspective. I always have too. Like I've always just looked up to my friends or like my teammates. So I feel like that's more, I don't know, Caitlin. That's what I would answer. She's a gymnast at Washington. She's a sophomore this year. And literally no matter what's happening ever, if she's like up or down, whatever it is, she always has like this like, I don't know how to explain it. She's like one of the most positive people ever and she's always lifting me up, and the fact that everything happens for a reason. Like I know that, and it's like easy to be like, oh yeah, everything happens for a reason. But like she like lives by that. And I've always seen that in her gymnastics. And so that's who mine is, I think.
Awesome.
Sorry, that got really deep for a second. Anyway, okay. I want to dive into faith a little bit. Let's do it. So we've kind of talked about it a little, but I kind of want to know, this is a very broad question and you can answer however you want, but how you use faith in your sport, specifically how you approach your sport and just like, I don't know, mentality wise.
Yeah.
Like you just said all glory to God and that's huge, but explain.
No, yeah, it's definitely changed and kind of evolved as I've grown up.
Yeah.
Like I was raised in a faith-based household, but it was never really the main focal point, I guess. Like it was always there. I was always like, yeah, like everything
Mhm.
happens for a reason. Like God's good, like all that.
Yeah.
And then through stuff outside of sports and especially like in sports with injury, just any super high level of adversity, I've kind of like had to really take a more like just switch my perspective up to try and like
Yeah.
understand the situation.
Yeah.
And then my injury last year was we couldn't really figure out what was going on with me, and that kind of led me to like there was like no doctor, no
Yeah.
trainer that was helping me out of this situation. So
Nothing else to lean on almost.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I started buckling down and kind of putting my money where my mouth is because I was still always like vocal about it, but I
Yeah.
never was really like about it. And I still don't think I can claim that I am, but definitely farther than I was.
Mhm.
And I just got involved with like FCA at the University of Nebraska and seeing like other athletes going through similar situations. Just was like a good camaraderie aspect.
Yeah.
And then slowly, like through new trainers coming in and like just things aligning, they figured out what was wrong with me, and then kind of getting that foundation helped me through the recovery process. Because even after surgery, like there's some low days
Yeah.
where you're just like, all right, what's the point? And you just
Exactly.
got scars and all types of stuff.
Mhm.
So having that foundation, kind of starting over, but this time focusing on like, all right, like whatever I do, try and glorify that
Yeah.
so that people watching can see that. And then once I do achieve the goals, kind of reflect on that and realize that there was a lot more than just me working towards it.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
Does. You think this I don't know how to ask this question, but do you attribute your I know all glory to God, but like do you think you had more success athletically this year because of that foundation and kind of just figuring out what works for you in that sense?
100%.
Yeah.
Because I was really fortunate to come into a great program with like your freshman year when I transferred in. The guy that I broke the records, I had older teammates that kind of helped me through it, and my coach was like great athletes with him, and I kind of just relied on my athleticism to get me through the season, and I
Yeah.
came up short, like bad, and it was weird because when you're with such high caliber athletes, like me missing nationals as a sophomore is like a normal thing, but to me that was like the end of the world.
Yeah.
So I decided to do this. Kind of circles back into the faith.
Yeah.
Um, It's called 75 Hard. It's like
Yeah.
this insane transformation thing so
Mhm.
that I could come back to campus, and I put on like 20 pounds, and I was just like super like, oh, my coaches will love this. Like, this is great. And then I immediately got injured like 2 weeks into training, and
Yeah.
I missed everything. And it was just like, that was the worst part.
Yeah.
So then after that, it was,
Rebuilding.
I did everything I could in my own power,
Yeah.
and I got hurt. And I was like,
Yeah.
it can be gone like that. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, that kind of one, it humbled me to like the 10th degree. And then I was like, all right, this time I'm going to do it with him.
Yeah.
And it worked out a lot better. And
There
I'm
you
still
go.
not fully healthy, but
Yeah.
I'm in a way better position than I was.
Yeah.
So
For sure. That's awesome. Okay. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we'll dive more into Henry's story and just kind of faith as an athlete. So we'll see you soon.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the enrollment fee. The next challenge begins on March 23rd. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Cover more acres with a pre-owned sprayer or planter from Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer. We offer one of the area's largest selections of used sprayers, applicators, planters, and seeders. Through the month of March, take advantage of fixed-rate financing as low as 3.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver. Visit your local Landmark Implement location or view our complete sprayer and seeding inventory online at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello and welcome back to Flippin It with Sam and Sav, but just Sav and Henry today. If you're listening before, we were talking about faith and kind of how that's played a part in specifically Henry's journey throughout these last couple years in Nebraska. And now we're going to talk about, I want you to tell us 3 things that like 3 things with how you practice your faith. Like 3 specifically with sport. That was all over the place. Do you understand what I mean?
So in my sport,
Yeah,
3
3
ways that I practice
your faith.
my faith.
Mhm. There you go.
First one is, all right, let me just figure out how to articulate all this properly. The first one's definitely gonna be just like giving glory to God
Mhm.
and for everything I'm doing, because like as a student athlete, like there's much harder lives we could be living.
Yeah.
So the least I can do is give credit where it's due. 2 is how others perceive me, and this is probably the hardest part for me that I'm still trying to learn, is like being like having my performance reflect what like Jesus teaches.
Mhm.
Like the humble, cool, calm, collected, not just
I
a
feel like you're
bad
doing well at
sport.
that.
I get very like passionate sometimes,
Yeah.
and I say
Passionate's
some
not bad.
stuff. I say some things that you wouldn't hear on a Sunday. So I'm trying not to do that,
Okay.
and like I want people walking away from the meet not being like, "Oh, that person
Yeah.
posts about it on Instagram," but
Mm.
whoa, you know? Because
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
we all
We've
know
all
those type
seen
of
that.
people where you're like,
Yeah.
it's not adding up.
It's
So I
not what
want
you
it to add up.
preach. Yeah.
Yeah, and third would be being a good representative, I guess, so that when people ask me, I can actually back it up and
Yeah.
kind of promote it. But like leadership, like anything, with like walking the walk is always more important than
Exactly.
talking about it. So
I agree with that. I have a Bible verse on my arm, talking about the narrow gate to heaven. I actually got it because my brother got like a half sleeve of this Bible verse with like art and stuff. It's really cool. Anyway, but even before I feel like I might have said I was, but before I felt like I was fully like invested in my faith, I think I got that, and I feel like it's weird when I say that because it's a Bible verse, but the Bible verse is literally talking about making the right choices, doing the right things in order to get to the end point, the end goal. And so sometimes I feel like I might not be the most like religious person in the room or in the church or whatever it is, but I still try to relate things back to that because I don't know, even like for example, I talk about religion a lot with my friend Annie because Annie's not like super into the same type of faith or anything like that. Like we're very different in that way, but so alike in every other way. And so we talk about it a lot. And she like believes the same things morally as I do, and we were raised very similarly. And the only difference is just like that some of my stuff I say relates back to the word. So it's really interesting. I don't know. I think about that a lot, like the difference between like attributing it to the
yeah,
Bible versus like not. And I don't know.
I get asked that a lot
That was
actually
a
this
lot.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my, she's probably one of the most intelligent people I know from like academic, just intellectual
Yeah.
individual. She's like, I get it, but she was raised in a very like similar household with like similar morals. But she's
Mhm.
like, it's you doing it. Like,
It's hard to understand.
and I'm like, here's the thing that was like, I did everything I could, and it like the things I couldn't control prevented me from reaching everything. And it like the mental side of that, physical, all the above goes
Yeah.
against you. So it's like, all right, how do you supplement that? And what do you put your trust in? So it's
Mhm.
kind of like it's each their own, and whatever works works. But
Exactly.
like what you said about the narrow way, like the better athlete I become, like the closer, or I guess the more understanding I have, because it's like, all right, to be the best you can be, it's so much sacrifice and so much like short term delayed gratification that most
Yeah.
people aren't willing to do
Yeah.
for like
For
long
sure.
term benefits. And I'm like, all right, like it seems like a lot of more successful people and smarter people than me have followed this and it's worked for them.
Yeah.
So kind of like, all right, maybe I should give it a shot. And so far, like it's
It's working for you.
incredibly difficult, but it still
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. It's not easy for
I use
sure.
like the ice tub analogy where it's like the hot tub feels great, but kind of drains your energy in the long run. If you
Mhm.
stay in there before or after practice forever, you'll just be tired. And it does have some benefits, but then an ice tub sucks for everybody,
Yeah.
especially in the beginning. But the longer you do it, the less it sucks.
Mhm.
And then the long term is like it's
Benefits are
amazing
good.
for your body.
Yeah.
There's some weird parallels.
I've never heard that analogy, but it's a good one.
That's if it makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. 2 things. 1, Sam and I have talked about, like, whatever your foundation is, that's your thing, and it's, like, it's leading with love. It's not, like, something that's hateful or harmful or whatever, like, whatever that is, like, we talk about harnessing that, and last year you talked about gratitude a lot as far as that. But with religion, it's so hard because there's so much out there, but also not so much out there. Like, I struggle with things I can't see, and so that's where, like, my relationship with my faith, like, I think why it kinda took so long for me to, like, start to understand it, and so I think that's interesting. And then 2, we said with short-term gratification, I think that's literally wholeheartedly why I got the verse. Like, I watched my brother. So my brother is like one of my biggest role models, but I didn't realize it till like now because obviously like when like the sibling dynamic where you like pick on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like an adult relationship now. It's the best thing ever. But um in high school, so he was like a minority at a very, very white high school. He dealt with a lot of racial things there. He dealt with a lot of my brother has always been a really good kid, always made the right choice, like been a good guy, like treated girls so respectfully. He was the one like walking girls home in college, like making sure everyone got home safe. Um, just making sure everyone else is good. And what people don't know is that my brother has hemophilia and he would probably be so uncomfortable with me like bragging about him right now. But he has hemophilia and that has affected his life in so many ways and why he couldn't do any contact sports. He looks like maybe a football player or whatever. He's like ripped.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's
I've
a big
seen him.
guy. He's a strong guy. But has always just made sure everyone else is good, even though he has this huge thing that not many people know about and just powers through it, takes it for what it is, and is like, okay, this isn't going to stop me. So whatever, became this amazing swimmer because that's a sport he could do. Doesn't have necessarily the like typical body type for that at all. But was extremely successful and grew his faith in college and stuff. And I just feel like his success, not only because of who he is as a person, but also him diving into his faith and also him making those short-term sacrifices. Because I can't tell you how many times my brother has told me about like, oh, my classmates or teammates were doing this while I was doing this. And like, maybe it sucked because you're having FOMO or whatever it is, or just feeling like maybe an outsider, whatever it is when you make those hard choices. But those choices make all the difference. And so that's something that resonated with what you just said. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's super cool. I feel like I've tried, if nothing else in college specifically, I've tried to follow that path of like the short-term gratification when it's probably not the right choice. And you're not being the best person you could be, is the stuff that like I've tried to not do. Like I don't need, but anyway.
No, it's tough. Yeah. It's not fun. It's
Yeah.
not popular. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. And that's why people struggle with it. Because not everyone is a leader. You've got a lot of followers. And so to not be that person is so tough in the moment, but so worth it. And tying it back to faith is another huge thing.
Yeah. Agreed.
That was a lot.
Yeah. No,
Okay, Henry, do you have any questions for me?
Well, I kind of wanted to relate. So I'm in a similar situation where I'm the youngest sibling.
Yeah.
My dad was a collegiate athlete. My older sisters were as well.
Mhm.
And like, they fully are the reason I'm here. So I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of what I do is to like not let what they did go to waste in a way. And it's not like a negative or toxic thing, but it's like just a genuine, like
a
I just
motivator?
want to make them proud. Like, is that how you are with your brother?
I think my family, kind of like what I said before, is more proud of the the people we are.
Yeah.
We've never really been like a huge like, you need to do this in sport, you need to do that in sport, you need to achieve this or accomplish this. It's always just been like, have you been a good person through it? And so I already know, I'm not saying I'm like the best person in the world, but I already know that since I have that like awareness and intention, that as long as I keep that, and try my best at that they're proud. So I don't feel that with sport at all. But in a way, I feel responsible to do my best and have success just because my family has done so much for me to get here. But yeah.
Caveat. It's also not like an athletic thing. My parents could care less. So,
Yeah.
like as long as they know I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
If I'm slacking off, then they'll be yelling at me. But
Yeah.
it's
Wait, did you say any of them were throwers? Or they were just
no.
collegiate athletes?
My dad, he threw in high school.
Okay.
And then he played football in college. And then my oldest sister threw discus at Villanova.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of how you got into it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of injury stories.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Football, hurt, track. Stuck with it.
Okay. So you did football and track. Did you do anything else? Like ballet
Middle
or
school,
something?
did ballet. No. Grew up baseball, basketball, wrestling, football.
Wrestling. I could see you as a wrestler actually.
No, they would kill me.
Oh. But you're really strong.
It's a different type of strength though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The guy, especially in the college level, those are crazy athletes. But yeah, no, I played football, broke my back playing football, just bad accident, and then started throwing, and that was
That was it.
yeah.
Wow. What position in football?
I was defensive end.
I don't know what that means. I just wanted to ask. I don't really know.
He would rush the quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Really important. Good work,
Somewhat
Henry.
important.
Somewhat important. Wow. Okay. That's awesome.
What about you?
Other sports?
What sports?
Did dance when I was really little. I swam actually for a while. Then I kind of like dove for fun, but that wasn't real. And then that was like the gymnast in me. And then I did gymnastics like first. When I was like 4, I started. So I actually had to like pick a sport.
Were you the first gymnast?
No, my mom was a gymnast. Yeah. But first gymnast, I guess, out of the kids. My mom was a gymnast actually under the coaches that I was with for a long time, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
But yeah, she didn't want me to get into it because she knew like what was coming. She was like, no, like you don't want to do this. And I was like, I want to do this. And then she's like, all right, let me do it. Loved it ever since. But yeah, like at one of my gyms, we had to sign a contract that said, this is kind of crazy.
NDA?
Club gymnastics is crazy. No, where you can do other sports. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's that's when I picked gymnastics. But honestly, I always knew I loved it and I wanted to go far with it forever. So, yeah, I did a couple other sports. Too
Fun
short for
fact,
swimming.
A lot of pole vaulters were just too tall to do gymnastics.
A lot of pole vaulters were gymnasts.
Yeah.
Same with divers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, you said dance. I was like, I feel like
dance too.
Gymnast dance.
Yeah.
They're all like pipelines. to each
Yeah.
other.
And like cheer. A lot of people go to cheer if they quit gymnastics
That's
and
like
club.
dance, right?
It's what?
It's pretty similar to dance, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a combo of gymnastics and dance a little bit. It's very different still though.
Is there any beef between the gymnasts and like dance
Here?
team?
Like here
Just
at
in
the
general,
university? I don't think so. I don't really know them super well. I've met a couple of them and they've been really sweet, but I love dance. I like want to go practice with them.
Nice.
I should ask. But no beef. No beef.
Right.
Not even like between cheerleaders and gymnasts because I know that's like a thing in like the outside world is like
I just thought of that. I didn't know if it was a thing or not.
yeah, no, cheer and gymnastics has a little bit of not here, not at this university. Everybody loves each other. But
It's kind
yeah.
of how track is with football.
Really?
Like a lot of the throwers, not here necessarily, but in other schools, it's like the two types of big dudes, and they don't
yeah.
necessarily like each other.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Little like ego thing going on there.
Yeah,
Or?
I never really understood it, but I guess
Huh.
it makes sense. I think a lot of really good throwers could be really good football players.
Yeah.
And I think
That's interesting.
there's clearly a
overlap.
huge difference. between, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't really seem very
the
similar
hype
to me
for
besides like
football
the
to
size.
track. Well, like football pays for everything. Like they're the biggest sport
Yeah.
on campus.
Yeah.
And I think a lot like some of the guys I know that transfer from a smaller school are like mad because the track dude's like crumbs. Like they don't get
Huh.
as much respect
Here?
even though not here now.
Oh.
But well, here it's a U of H. Like I feel like the track team's pretty well
Yeah.
like represented, so people
Mhm.
kind of realize it's like a real thing. Versus, I think throwing can be simplified to. Sometimes people just get heated by that,
Hmm.
and it is.
I would like
mean,
to
we
do a
throw
throwing
ball,
lesson.
so
next year. Next year after I'm done with gymnastics, because I just got back from my shoulder, so we got to keep that good.
Which one?
My left.
Are you left-handed?
Like when I write.
Are you left-handed? Yeah. Like, what are you gonna throw a baseball?
Well, I'm right-handed, but I can't be messing with any body parts. Or so after I graduate, let's do that. I'll use a really, really light object. Do they have really light, like whatever?
The women's shop puts 8 pounds.
Was there like a lighter one?
You might have a few training balls.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. And I'll teach you some gymnastics.
You can teach me how to backflip.
I feel like you could do one.
I hope.
Yeah. We'll get you in the gym.
Is it mostly technique or is it?
I feel like people can flip without technique. Not well. But you like make it. You're strong. You can jump. Right? That was actually a question I had. Sorry. That was a lot. Like, this might seem so stupid. Jumping and running, like, how does that play into like your workout?
We should do a lot of sprints.
Really? Okay.
It's just like, it's all power.
It wasn't a stupid question.
So we do a lot of jumps. We do a
wow.
lot of short, like 30-meter sprints. Nothing crazy, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anything to make. It's all about being explosive. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So do you do cardio at all?
I try not to. I feel like a lot of the cardio happens actually like in the weight room, other than in the fall we do like stadium runs and stuff, but just like circuit lifting, like you're dying during it.
Nice. Okay, well, cool. We're gonna take another break. When we come back, we'll finish off with a little bit more lighthearted conversation like we do. So we'll see you soon.
This is Monster Jam.
Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by the original Super Glue. Stop by your local participating Westlake Ace Hardware locations for your $10 savings coupon. Restrictions may apply. See store for details. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena March 29th and 30th.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Furious Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Furious Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Attention all Nebraska basketball fans. The NCAA tournament is coming soon, and Nebraska looks to be on its way to their first appearance in 10 years. Better Tree Removal wants to celebrate the occasion and any possible success in the tournament by offering a deal. If you're in need of tree removal on your property, call or text Todd by March 20th. If Nebraska wins the first round game, you'll get 25% off the bid. If they win two, you'll get 50% off. You must contact Todd at 402-780-1377 before March 20th.
Hi, folks. Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the Chevrolet and GMC Truck Month is now underway. We've got huge savings in Louisville. Get $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months on select models. Yes, you heard right. That's $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months happening right now at Koppel. So take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit. Stock number G214773.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at gohogwild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello and welcome back to Flippin It with Sam. Not here. I almost just said Sam and Sav. Sav and Henry today. And we're going to talk about some fun stuff. I have a couple questions and then we'll jump into this or that. Have you done this or that? It's like, would you rather?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Question number 1. And then you're going to ask a question. We'll go back and forth. Okay. Question number 1. Top 3 things you've learned from your college experience. Like quick.
In what?
Short version. Anything. Like life, school, sport.
Find good people.
Yes.
Keep them around. Don't think just in college. Think like forward. Have your plan. For like don't just be like, oh, what's going on this weekend?
Yeah, yeah.
Like have a plan of attack for what you want to be doing.
Yeah. I thought you meant don't think. Don't think in college.
Don't do that too much. Third, I don't know. Be present because it is a cool, especially as an athlete. It's not many people get to experience it. So
and it goes quick.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
For sure.
Nice.
All right.
Your turn.
My turn. I'm gonna ask you the same question.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have really similar answers. Be grateful for every moment, good and bad. I would do the same thing. Find good people. I also think don't lose hope in finding your circle because some take longer than others. And then, try to learn from everything. There's been some like really
good ones,
bad things that have happened, and you like to ask why, but what is it teaching me is always better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my turn. Gatorade or Propel?
Propel.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's better.
Gatorade's bad.
Yeah, well, this one's
if Gatorade's watching, I'm sorry.
No, I just tried this today. It's kind of good. Tastes like Propel. Have you had those?
Tastes like Propel.
It does.
That's you proved the point that Propel is better.
That's true.
Yeah.
Have you had that though? Gatorade.
This Gatorade?
Fit?
I have.
Do you like it?
It's not terrible.
Better than regular Gatorade, right?
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
What types of questions?
Anything. It's like it could be like summer or winter, but like don't say that. You know?
If you could do one other sport, what would you do?
That's a good question. Well, unrealistically, hockey. Realistically, I love hockey.
This is
I'm
women
like obsessed with it right now.
Hockey's
It's weird.
fun to watch.
It is. It's not a ton of women's programs, but anyway, I don't really think I would be good at it. Is why I said unrealistically. Realistically, probably dance or
Right.
volleyball. I think I don't know, you're either laughing because of my height or something else, but we can move on. All right. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a morning or a night person?
I'd say for like the first 20 years of my life, I was a night person. Now I'm a morning person.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're just like old now?
I'm just
You're
old.
just like a dad or something?
I feel like I get much more done if I'm up early.
More productive.
I just feel better if I'm awake
Yeah, that's fair.
earlier than later.
I definitely do too. I just like
I
can't
just
wake
hate
up.
waking up.
Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah.
I'm also terrible at going to bed early. I get like FOMO. Like I don't want to like go to bed
Of
first.
what?
If like
You-
all my roommates are awake,
Oh,
I'm like,
you
what's
just like
going
don't
on?
want to be the first one to sleep.
In Nebraska, yeah.
What?
My whole family lives towards the east more, so they're all like an hour. So they all.
So you want to go
it's-
to sleep last in your family?
No, I'm saying if I wanted to, I would be, but like because they're an hour ahead there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
Well,
I was like confused face.
anyways,
Anyways,
morning.
Morning.
Final
Okay.
answer. I'm not gonna ask the same questions. Drake or Future?
Ooh.
Did you hear about the beef?
No.
Did Future and Kendrick Lamar dissed Drake?
In a song they just
Yeah.
released or something? What's it called?
I don't know.
I've probably
think
heard it,
We
it's
don't
just, like,
trust
not
you. It
big.
just came out.
Oh, today?
I think yesterday or 2 days ago.
Okay, I'll listen and get back to you. But for now, I'm gonna say Drake.
Alright.
I like Future though. He's cool. Okay. Nice. All right. Favorite artist?
Music?
Mhm.
What genre?
Well, what's your favorite genre?
I don't know.
You can say favorite genre instead.
I don't even know if I have one.
Hmm.
I think.
There's only one wrong answer. Everything else is.
Are you gonna say
right.
country's the wrong answer?
Yeah.
See, I feel like the lyrics of country are significantly better for your brain than
Oh.
like hip hop.
I'm an R&B girl.
R&B is probably better than hip hop too. I don't know. Next, no answer, no comment.
Have you guys done like TV shows versus like movies? Like a TV Ooh, series versus movie? That's a good one. Okay. Should I answer that? Okay. I'm gonna go. It's hard, actually. I'm gonna go movies, just because I feel like it's easier to rewatch, like easier to get through and rewatch. And I also just like that so much happens in like one sitting, versus sometimes series like the episodes are kind of drawn out. I'm gonna go movies.
All right. I respect that. I think I might go. I'm a huge movie guy, but
Yeah.
like a good series, like watching a whole series is very fun.
That's true. It's sad when it's over.
But yeah, it's much more sad when a good series is over than when a good
Yes,
movie's over.
exactly.
But that was a good one. That was a good question.
That is. What's your
We're
favorite
not good
series
at this.
then?
He's good at this. I don't know. I just watched The Gentleman on Netflix,
Huh?
and that was pretty good.
What's that about?
It's about I think it's based off a movie that came out, but it's like this UN security guy. He's British. His
Oh.
dad dies, and he's like, his dad and his whole family's like these ultra wealthy British people, and he like is the younger brother, but he inherits the family's
Oh,
like
everything.
estate,
Mhm.
and there's like this whole weed operation going on. So it's like this
Wow.
police officer gets stuck in this like multi-million-dollar like British gang thing.
gang.
But it's like a
Wow.
really intellectual like dialogue,
Hmm.
but it's also crazy, weirdly violent. So I don't know. It's entertaining.
I would
for
not
sure.
expect you to watch that. Like
I
that doesn't
don't
sound
like those shows, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it for
Huh.
some reason.
Maybe I'll give it a try. I like lighthearted shows.
Have you
like,
seen
that's my thing.
Divergent?
Yes.
That guy, he's the lead actor.
What's that guy?
The
Like,
guy in Divergent.
What's his name? Theo James.
I don't know his
Or-
name.
Is that his name? Theo James. Did I just make that up? Theo James. I'm lost in the conversation. No way, that's his name. I don't know. Are you talking about four?
Divergent?
The what guy who plays
Yeah,
four?
4.
Okay.
It's him.
Four times he broke his own record, if anyone's wondering. Nice. Anyway, okay, let's do like 2 more and we'll call it. You go first.
It has to be this or that?
No,
Or like a
whatever,
would you rather?
whatever you want, Henry.
All right.
All right.
I don't know. Would you rather be able to time travel or read minds?
Ooh. I feel like read minds is better. Time travel, I feel like would get too sticky.
I guess I should have clarified. You can't control if you don't read someone's mind.
Oh,
So
so
like
you just always
that might
know
suck
every word
because
you
like someone might be thinking some really mean stuff and you're just gonna know.
I think I would still want to know. I say that now.
Versus time travel.
Yeah, I don't think that we should be messing with what happened or what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
See, I would do time travel because you could just go ahead. I could see the entire results of March Madness. I would travel back, then I'd have a perfect bracket, and I'd win like the $1 million like bracket or whatever.
That's true.
Or you could do that with a
That's
lottery.
a whole different ethical
That's
debate now,
short-term
too.
gratification.
I'd have money. I wouldn't be a broke college student then.
That's true.
I don't
Okay.
want to read people's mean thoughts about me. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So time travel for March Madness specifically.
yes, because
There you
do you
go.
know how much publicity you'd get if you'd be the one person that had a perfect bracket? And you can just
What if you just did the lottery instead?
you could do that too. You could do both.
You could do both.
That'd be a little sketchy.
It'd be stretchy though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that you won the lottery and you got a perfect
Yeah,
bracket.
it seems too good to be true.
I would rather have the March Madness one.
Interesting.
Just because I'm a sports person.
Did you already answer?
I don't know my answer.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
hard.
this on TikTok and I've been thinking about it, pondering. I don't know.
Pondering. Huh.
Just imagine being able to go back and like seeing how the pyramids were built, like
Oh, that's why you want to
seeing
go
like
back.
the Library of Alexandria, like seeing like crazy
Huh.
stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking like in my
Or the
lifetime.
future I wouldn't want to go to. I don't. That's terrifying.
That is scary.
AI, all that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, and like knowing how like you or like people you know like go. Okay, anyway, that's scary.
That's a different thought. Yeah, it's a tough question. I think time travel probably.
Okay, nice. Well, that was so fun, Henry.
Thanks for having me.
That was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Flippin' It, and we can't wait to see you next time. Thank you for coming, Henry.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, guys. Have a good week.
Ooh.